In life, we're told to chase joy, happiness, and comfort, and told to avoid things such as anxiety, discomfort, and uncertainty. But what if avoiding these feelings are the exact reason why you procrastinate? The biggest issue that we deal with in life is avoiding the things that we need to in order to grow. If you don't know who I am, my name is Nas, a psychology graduate whose main goal is to help people live life without constraints, mentally and financially. In order to eliminate procrastination, you want to adopt something I like to call the 7-star habits. The first habit you need to adopt is learning to trust yourself. Procrastination only undermines self-confidence. Every time you avoid a task, you're only reinforcing the idea that you're not capable of doing this. And that only leads into a cycle of self-doubt and thinking that you're not capable of doing the things you need to do. Sometimes we procrastinate because we truly don't trust in our own word. Whenever we're trying to do something, we may come across thoughts like, am I even capable of doing this? I'm gonna fail anyway, so I'm just gonna keep pushing it along until maybe it just goes away. This lack of trust in yourself only leads to more avoidance, which only makes the problem that you need to deal with significantly worse over time. In order to break this cycle of distrust, you need to start by doing 2 things. You need to, 1, start small. You need to take the simplest part of the task that you need to accomplish and do it slowly over time. Doing this and then having this momentum will help you learn to trust yourself and give you little successes along the way. And then 2, you want to start to reframe your anxiety. Lean into it. All anxiety is misplaced excitement. All you want to do is reframe how you're approaching the situation. Instead of thinking of things as something being bad and you not being capable, start thinking of it as an opportunity for you to grow and challenge yourself. The next habit is known as temptation building. Temptation building is based on the idea that there's some sort of immediate gratification tied to the task that we're doing, even if the task itself isn't very rewarding. In order to use temptation building, you want to first identify the task that you've really been avoiding. What is that thing that you've been procrastinating on? This can be things such as budgeting, or writing your expenses out, or trying to make up that business plan that you say you wanted to do. Next, you want to choose an activity that's somewhat enjoyable. You want to choose something that's not going to be too distracting, that's going to take you away from the task that you need to do. This can be you, such as you listening to a podcast that you really enjoy. This can be you going out to get a drink of coffee or some snack while you're doing the thing that you need to do. And then finally, you just pair the 2 together. As long as the thing that you're enjoying isn't taking you away too much from what you need to do, it can be something that you can fully enjoy doing while getting the task you need to get to done. For me, when I'm scripting, I like to listen to music or listen to some podcasts. The third habit is known as habit stacking. Habit stacking is the idea where you pair a task that you need to do with something that you're already familiar with and do on the daily basis. This is based on the idea of anchoring. This is where the habit that you already have in place that you do consistently acts as the trigger for the thing that you need to get done. This can look like you telling yourself that after you finish a meal, you're gonna go tidy up your workspace. Or it can also look like you telling yourself that on weekends, whenever you drink your coffee, that's also the time we're gonna review your budget sheet. The next habit is the 2-minute rule. Whenever you're procrastinating on a task, if there's something that you need to do that can take you under 2 minutes, set a timer and you go out and accomplish that task as quickly as possible. What this does is that this is based on the idea of Isaac's first law of motion. Once an object's in motion, it will stay in motion until an outside force acts upon it. This is the idea that once you get started with a task, it's a lot harder for you to stop doing the task unless something outside actually stops you from doing it. This can look like when you're avoiding making your business plan, you can tell yourself that you're gonna spend at least 2 minutes trying to outline the plan instead of trying to do the entire thing right away. The reason why this works is that it helps make the task significantly less daunting than what it needs to be. This can look like you trying to tidy up one part of your desk instead of trying to tidy up your entire room at one time. The next habit is known as a Ulysses pack. A Ulysses pack is also known as a pre-commitment device where you tie yourself into completing a task where there's some sort of constraint or consequence if you fail it. This is based on a Greek mythology story where Odysseus tied himself to his ship in order to avoid the siren song because he knew when he came across his temptation that he would fall victim to it. The core idea is simple. You need to outsmart your future self in order to avoid any sort of procrastination. This can look like you giving your friend $20 and you tell them if you don't do this task by this time, they get to keep that that money. This can look like you using apps that can lock you out of your phone for a certain amount of time in order for you to get the tasks you need to get to done. The next habit is known as the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is a technique where you break up your work into timed segments, where you work for 25 to 30 minutes, then take a 5-minute break, and you repeat until you do that for about an hour, and then you take a longer 15 to 20-minute break and then repeat yourself in order to get your job done. This allows your brain to rest, allowing you the opportunity to actually relax for a few minutes and take a moment to allow your brain to recharge. The next habit is you clearing your space. Turn off all notifications and put your phone in a different room, and also clear out the clutter on your desk. Clearing out the clutter on your desk can help you clear up your mind as well, because if your environment is messy, it also means your mind will also be messy as well. You will be surprised about how clearly you think and how you're able to focus on the task at hand when everything around you is spaced out and neat and tidy. Now that you know how to stop procrastinating, if you want to learn how to build unshakable discipline, click the video on your screen now. And if you like videos like this, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.